but is he actually on, like, pharmaceuticals or whatever? Obviously he's on like steroids and shit like that, but like, I mean, like, recreationals, and like, he's actually messed up, or he actually wants to do this, or is it just a stunt for views? What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are back, and if you haven't been living under a rock for the past like 2 days, you may have heard that the Liver King is going to fight Joe Rogan, and he was arrested. I mean, this guy has been like going on a rampage on like stories and shit, saying people are gonna pay for this and that, and Joe Rogan's name was thrown in there, and yeah, he was arrested. Like, I believe it was yesterday or whatever. So this shit's crazy. I don't know what is going through this guy's head, but we're going to be watching a video on John Bravo's channel where he's going to go through a lot of it, and I'm obviously going to be reacting to it.
Then we're going to force people to fucking pay. And Joe fucking Snurlman, you'll pay. Your boss, Sheldon, the other fake Jew, he's going to pay. Snurlman, who tried to attempt to direct a lie that they called the untold truth about a man that knows the truth, that's articulate enough to say, hey, you fake Jews, you're actually the fake ones, but not you fake Jews. What you're trying to do is be greedy and slime balls and put more fucking cash in your pocket out of not principle. Fake Jews do that.
But what I've gathered anyway throughout all the videos and sources that have come out about the situation is that the Liver King is trying to get like revenge on everyone who basically he believes put him on his downfall. So he's mad at all these people because they exposed him, and they, I don't know, they helped to take him down. And obviously, the producers of the Liver King documentary, I haven't actually watched it myself, but it is on Netflix right now if you guys want to go, where it basically goes over, all his lies and shit, and he's pissed. So that's where his intent is coming from, apparently.
Then, of course, the main one is Joe Rogan, because he feels like he never put him on his podcast. He did him wrong, right? Then he goes after Vigorous Steve, Derek, and then me, because I did all those exposed videos on him, and now he's fucked up in his mind. He thinks I talk shit about his wife, meantime she talks shit to me.
So here's the thing. Okay, he's pissed, obviously, because all these people exposed him or whatever, rightfully so, by the way. But what did Joe Rogan really do? What, he didn't invite him on his podcast? Don't quote me on this, because I'm not too sure. Maybe he did. I don't know what he did or contributed to, the downfall of the Liver King or whatever, but like, just because he didn't invite him on his podcast or something, I don't know.
The more plates, more date. Derek Betterman, soon to be, that's what he's going to be. Never a barbarian until he changes to become a better man. Vigorous, I don't even know his last name. Derek, I don't know his last name either. He's a more plates, more, let's just disrespect the whole fucking gender. The whole gender. We're going to make that guy pay. We're going to make a few of those guys pay. And then Johnny Bravado or something, that guy who claims to be an investigative reporter, but he tried to pick a fight with my queen. And so the world can make him pay whatever they think that is. But y'all know what he did. An eye for an eye. Don't go any further than that. We don't need to break his fucking knees just because you can.
Now, I said before, this guy's actually sick in the head.
Okay, so John Bravo or whatever is convinced anyway that he's, the Liver King, whatever, he's on like drugs, or he's doing something. He's not okay in the brain.
This guy's actually sick in the head.
Now, there's been some other videos I've watched, and there are kind of two sides right now. There's one side of people believe, yeah, this guy's messed up in the head, and obviously, I mean, you're doing shit like this, you're obviously messed up in the head regardless. But there are some people that think he's doing this to try and gain popularity and gain the spotlight again. So people think, oh, he's almost putting on this act or doing this on purpose. Because, I mean, if you just look at him when he's freaking I mean, he's not even looking at the camera, he's looking all like. So I think there's definitely a possibility that, yeah, he's taken something and he's got some screws loose in his head, which, I mean, obviously, to the extent that he went from lying and all that kind of stuff, and, he wants to be famous again, and he's mad at all the people who took him down, this and that. I can totally see that side and can agree that, there's definitely some loose screws up there, but then again, I don't think it's out of the world that he's doing it for an act to try and get on that pedestal or in popularity that he once had again.
Not reproducible kind of stuff. Presents like that, Joe Rogan, that's how we do it in Texas, That's real man kind of stuff. We're coming to Austin. We're about to leave. Aren't we, boy? Yeah. It's Monday. It's 8 o'clock-ish. And we're coming. And so we'll see you soon. Real tension I have with you. Real fucking beef. Yeah. Real beef.
Literally went to Texas to go to meet up with Joe Rogan essentially and have a fight. Now, let's be honest, nobody thought this fight was not gonna happen. Joe was not gonna obviously agree to actually fight, but if they did have a fight with no weapons, no nothing, no cheap bullshit, I'm just putting it out there right now, I think Joe Rogan would absolutely kick the shit out of him. For many of you who, I mean, most of you probably know anyway, Joe Rogan is a trained fighter. Bro, I mean, literally commentates the UFC. Bro knows how to freaking fight, and he's been watching it. His whole life has been, he knows how to fight. Bro would absolutely kick the shit out of the Liver King, in my opinion. I mean, maybe I just don't know. I mean, Joe Rogan is like a black belt in like a bunch of martial arts. I just don't see any world where the Liver King would actually beat him up. But he did actually go to Texas or whatever, and he did go with his family and like employees and shit like that. And that's another reason why some people are saying, oh, it's fake, they're doing this for a publicity stunt and shit like that, because there's no way he would fly out with like his family and shit like that to go do this, because this is unreal. So I don't know, it very well could be all set up, but I also don't think it's out of the possibility, looking at this guy's past, that it's not something that he would have actually succumbed to do.
Now, because he's fucked up in the mind and he thinks all of us need to pay, right? I'm going to show you here on the screen something we missed. Look at that fucked up box, okay? I'm going to slow down this footage after I play it one time. Now look at it slowed down and look closely what's in that fucking box. It's a gun on top of cash, like he thinks he's in the fucking mob. I don't know what he was gonna do with this fucking cash. But he took that box, okay? He says it's a present, a gift for Joe Rogan, and he takes it with him to Austin, Texas while he's in the fucking hotel.
Family car, my boys, my queen, our dogs. We come bearing gifts.
Let's be honest. If that was a real gun, there wasn't going to be a fight anyway. If it wasn't fake, I don't know. We don't know. Maybe it was fake. And maybe he was just trying to show it there. So, again, publicity stunt. Or it's real and there was never actually going to be a fight and he was planning on just showing up and going bye-bye. Which could definitely be a possibility. So, this whole situation is just freaking absurd. Man.
This guy was fucked up in the head on drugs. They knew he had that gun, and I'm not confirming this, that he had even more guns and weapons in there. They wanted to make sure the scene wasn't going to turn worse before they got him, convinced him, right? Like a scene out of the movie, to get his ass outside so they could take him to fucking jail. In a future video, I'm going to get former employees who don't work there anymore to share some of the stories so you guys can really know what happened in that sick liver bitch ranch. That sick liver bitch ranch.
Yeah, so like, I mean, he literally had his, like, I don't know, I think it's his wife and kids there and a bunch of employees. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I'm torn on this situation because I want to believe it's real and then he's actually like, this messed up. I mean, regardless of whether it's set up or it's actually real, he's still messed up in the brain for doing all this shit. But is he actually on, like, pharmaceuticals or whatever? Obviously he's on like steroids and shit like that, but like, I mean, like, recreationals, and like, he's actually messed up where he actually wants to do this, or is it just a stunt for views? Because I feel like in no way, shape, or form would employees and his family want to be there if he's actually going to do the things that he's portraying he's going to do. So, I don't know. I mean, this whole situation is a freaking nutcase. Obviously, the Liver King, not creditable at all. And, obviously, he had all his lies and shit like that. Go watch the documentary if you haven't already. And I just think this is really sad, honestly. This is to that, if it is a publicity stunt, the fact that he has to do this to try and gain relevance again, and if it's not, how effed up in the brain he is, because this is just freaking ridiculous.
And she's like, yeah. And then she said something about Johnny Bravo, and she's like, yeah, he's responding. And I said, oh, good, that's good, that's good. And I said, you're not responding, right? And she said, yeah, I did. And I said, oh, Queens probably don't have to do that with fine balls like him. And
so yeah, he's obviously talking about John Bravo and Derek, more plates, more dates, whatever, exposing him and shit like that. But I just don't understand where Joe Rogan comes into all this. Please, guys, educate me in the comments down below, because I honestly have no idea. I just think this is ridiculous. I mean, knowing what he would have, and why? Surely Joe Rogan was not the person he hated the most or whatever. I mean, maybe probably like more plates, more dates or something like that, because isn't he's the one who actually exposed him for not being natty and all this other stuff. So why is he going for Joe Rogan? I got no freaking clue. But that's pretty much it. This situation is crazy, absolutely absurd, and the whole thing is just a big fiasco. I mean, he obviously got arrested because, he was technically he was threatening Joe Rogan, and then the police came and arrested him. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen now. I have no idea. Thank you so much for watching. I'm pretty much reporting the news here, but that's the situation so far. I'll let you guys know, or I'll definitely be keeping updated on it if anything else happens, but that's all I got for you today. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.